alone on the program today. I've got people who are guests to me today. I have two great personalities as my guests today, and I will let you know about them and who they are as we just go on to talk about the things we have for today. Welcome again. The thing I want to look at first of all is to let you know that there are companies in the stock exchange, in the stock market, that are doing well, like Japan Gold, that is also doing well. Japan Gold has gone high. It's on the increase. HM Coal is on the increase. Dark Communication is on the increase, and NSL Tech, they have all gained, and so we are looking at what they have gained: 3.64%, 6.56%, and 9.89% according to their gathering, and Japan Gold is 9.70% that it has. And looking at the process, we see that there are still people that will not just gain, some are still down. But because of the way we have it today, I will just want to let it be at this for now, and maybe later in the day, before the end of the program, I'll tell you about those who have also gone down today. So I want to say welcome again. I have two guests, one on my right hand side and the other on my left hand side. This day you can see that I am in the middle, and so I have them to talk with me on the program. And on my right hand side I have Sir Olukayode, Dr. Olukayode, Greg. Yes, mention that one. Okay. Because I've not mentioned it for a long while. Yes. That is here with me.
Thank you, sir.
And it's always a pleasure to have you on the program, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
You help us put things in the right perspective, and then we discuss things that will make that difference that we want to bring to play here on the program. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And I also have with me here another person, and this other person is excuse me, is Pastor Sampraise. Said Sampraise, Itomo. Pastor Sam, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Now he is a public affairs analyst, just like him. But I also want to say there is something I normally add when I talk about this man. I say that he is a national affairs advocate, because he wants to talk about national interest advocate, rather. He wants to make sure that he brings it out the best way it is. Welcome again, sir.
Thank you. Wonderful audience.
Yes. And talking about Olukayode, that I mentioned earlier, he of course is an economist, a political economist, and so it's always good to bring you, sir, so that you help us dissect it effectively.
Thank you, sir.
And he is an administrator, and he is the deputy registrar of the Nigerian Mathematical
Center.
Yes. So it's good to have you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Looking at what we have today, we have a topic. Let's see the topic for today. And that topic for today, if Victor will bring it up for us to see, has to do with disruptions in the banking services. Disruptions in the banking services. It's called, the way we tagged it is banking network disruptions. Strain on our economy. Banking network disruptions. Strain on our economy. And so we would look at it. Banking network disruptions are a very significant strain on the economy. That is in the first place why we decided to discuss it today. The recent rush to upgrade the core banking systems and all those things, all that has led to the disruption of the network services of banks in Nigeria, and definitely it is affecting customers. It's affecting customers, and this move is very necessary, quite all right. But even as it is necessary to improve the security and efficiency of the people of the banking system, it has caused great inconvenience and economic losses to our people, in such a manner that it has got to the point that some people are saying, if we are not ripe enough for this, why not just jettison it and let's return to our old system and make sure we get our money whenever we come for it. I want to ask a question. Are we, before we even talk about the rest of things, are we ripe for it, sir?
Thank you very much on that one. So we are ripe for it, because that's where the world is going. If we say we're not ripe for it, that means we are still very backward, and we are not. Nigeria is due. Our economy is one of the biggest economies in the world, in Africa. And so we are right to have, we have to go in tune, we have to move in tune with developments all over the world. Nobody does under the pillow banking anymore anywhere in the world. We go digital, we go online, you go the internet way. So we are really right for it. So there's no point thinking of going back to the old ways of keeping our monies under our pillows, or going to the bank to take cash. Yes. We need cash. It's still it's a kind of transitional period from the cashless economy. We're used to this cash laden economy, but now we are moving to cashless. But it has to be gradual. So we are due for it. We are supposed to be there, but the modalities of being there and the infrastructure that we need to make it run smoothly is what is lacking. And we need to put those things in place.
Okay. Sampraise.
Sir.
I'm smiling and laughing, really, because I know what both of us have gone through concerning this digital
transition.
So let me ask you, would you want to say, agree with him that we are ripe for it? And if we are ripe for it, are we really doing it? Because we may be ripe and not doing what we should do.
He made a statement.
Yes.
He said we are ripe forever because that is the present world stage. We are trying to compete with the international best practices. And the other way, he also made a statement that I like. He said we supposed to like evolve gradually. So, but when the infrastructures that will aid this transition is not in place, and then you are forcing the transition, that is when these cracks and aches are coming from. We need the international best practices on finance, fiscal policies, you know, but we needed, just like what I said the other day, when you are talking about withdrawal of subsidy, have you made in place some palliatives so that the people will not feel it that much? So because the crippling economy, especially the grassroots economy, is what we are talking about. The government have good plans, and eventually when they jump at it without the foundation, you see that it costs a lot of lives, a lot of businesses. Unemployment is in the rise and crime is in the increase. So maybe let me summarize it there, because I know we are still talking.
Okay. I want to also bring to your notice, because I said when I was talking about the stock market thing that I will still talk more about it. Apart from Japan Gold Ventures that rose 2.53, we also have UBA is among those who are top gainers. UBA is among those who have gained. We also have Oando PLC, which has also had a gain, and we have Lafarge, also among those who are just there in the middle. We will look at those who are the top losers, and for those who are the top losers, we would also let you know that, or even before we take the top losers, there are people who are the most active among them who have traded. And among those who have traded, we have Japan Gold too, among those who have traded. So we'll still, as I said, today what we'll be doing is, as we go on, I'll bring you a bit of this and a bit of that, and we'll continue with our discussion. And so yes, let's return, I will still come back to the top losers. Doctor.
Yes.
You heard what he said.
Yeah.
You know why I'm laughing truly is that I had gone to the bank with him, and we wanted to, what was that we wanted to do? We wanted to change, yes, because a bank we went to, he put his card, ATM, yes, of a bank, or in a bank, not outside, and that their machine seized the card. We went inside to ask them. They said, it's not possible for you to have it again. In fact, especially this one that is not from this bank. You must go back to your bank and do it. Even if they bring it out there, they can't give it to us again. I said, It was so painful because he was in need of that fund to send to someone that was already waiting. And I was the one that persuaded him to go to the ATM.
I wanted to use POS.
He wanted to use the POS.
Okay, so no, they are normally double charging. I say, I rather pay and save my time and stress. Yes. Okay, so no, let's use ATM. Yes. So we went to Polaris Bank at Gariki 2. So I slot in my card, they seized the card. But I came out and told him. He said, no, let's go into the bank. Now, on getting to the bank, they say the person operating the ATM is not on seat. That's number one problem. And then the second problem is that your card is not our bank card. It's GT card. So that's to say you are not going to get that card back. So now, in the long run, we have to go back to GT, and there was a traffic, and someone was waiting for that money because we're trying to do something for media runs immediately. So something that would have taken us like 30 minutes, we spent the whole day.
Not even 30 minutes. We should have taken less than 10 minutes.
Yes.
Because when we went through the inside,
GTV said you can
come outside,
enter your details and get your card.
Yes, and use.
We entered it more than 10 times. And they were debiting me.
They were debiting him.
And the card was not forthcoming.
And it was so painful because we were told that within 5 minutes, in less than 5 minutes.
All appointment for that day closed down.
I felt too bad that day because I was the one that encouraged him to do this. You know, he said, "I told you if I had gone to the POS,
just pay them and save your time."
Collected the thing. I felt bad. I said, "What is this?" It's still the same system failure that we're talking about. This network disruptions. If these things were to be okay, I mean,
put your infrastructures in place.
It's looking as if they are doing more of encouraging the POS point of sale fellows to do their businesses and let the banks ATM
go into vacation holiday permanently.
Why should it be? So someone will start asking, does it mean that? Are you sure that the people who own these POSs are not linked with those who are
to the bankers themselves?
That's number one. Then number two is that recently, even up to today, they have started taking up the price that you pay when you want to withdraw money from POS so much more. Like this morning, I withdrew money. What I paid was even double of what it used to be. Why should it be this way? These are questions we need to find out. It's a part of this network disruption. I don't know.
Thank you very much. You see, the issue of our banking system in this country should be brought up for serious focus and scrutiny, because they are another set of, they are not part of government, because most of these banks are owned by private concerns, but they are part of the Nigerian problems. A lot of troubles. You see, to keep your money in the bank these days is a source of sorrows and stress. There are times I detest going to banks. I don't want anything to take me there, because the pressure and the stress you see within that 30 minutes, 1 hour, if you are lucky to stay there, you get irritated, you get annoyed. The government really need to put their searchlight on the activities of this bank and the service they render to Nigerians. They are not really rendering us service, as if they are enslaving Nigerians, as if they are burden on Nigerians. To keep your money in Nigerian bank now has become a problem. except that we can't be keeping our monies at home. If not, you better put your money like our grandfathers and mothers were doing those days under your pillow, if not for security reasons. Because for every day in fact, I don't like going to banks. That's one of my problems. And when you go there, by the time you are coming out, the one they are even doing now that you can't even get cash. I don't know whether they are in league with all these POS people, and that's why the increase in the amount they are charging on every amount you are taking from the POS. I think there's a league.
There is.
You go to bank, they say you cannot take. You have your checkbook. You pay for the checkbook. You cannot take more than 20,000 in a day.
Why should you limit me?
Your
money is my money.
Yeah.
And everything that has to do with it, I put it there.
Yeah.
Now I want to collect.
They don't limit your deposit.
They don't.
That is your withdrawal. That is the crisis here.
The banks ought to be scrutinized seriously because they are not helping government. Government is trying to reduce the problems we are going through as Nigerians, but these people are also adding to it. Your hard-earned money. The money that is so scarce is not available. For you to now use it for your personal things, you cannot get it. Network problems, manpower problems, staff problems. Some of them think they are on top of the world, as if you come there to beg for money from them.
That is how
it's so nauseating.
That is how it looks. As if you are coming for charity case.
The government, the CBN needs to really regulate this. As if we are their mercy now. You take your money there, they welcome you. By the time you are going to do anything on your account, then it becomes trouble. You cannot get network. Now I've observed that between 12 noon and 2, most transactions don't go through. Maybe because of the pressure on their system. And they have not really upgraded their system. You are bringing in more customers. You will send your marketers to go and look for people in the market to come and open account.
Yes.
You are not upgrading your system. The capacity of your system is not really in tune with the demands of the people you are bringing into the system. So they really have to work on that. It's like our banks are just out to make profit. So maybe I won't say they swindle the people because they are swindling people. And they even take money from your account. I've lost many. I was in the court somewhere. I was in the court inside the courtroom one day. And I started hearing, thank God I have to quickly run out and put up my alert. So it has to be committed to prison by the judge. So I ran out. I stopped I said, which alert is this one? I started seeing the debiting 17,000, 2,000. I said, what? After the court session, I ran to the bank. Said, what's happening? They now showed me in the debit alert that I made withdrawal from POS. POS where? Tell me the location. They couldn't.
Tell me the
I went to that bank.
You saw it and
I will not call the name of them. I went to one of my major banks. I went there for more than 7 times. Even the lady that was attending to me, that they have not reversed this thing, she was really sorry for me. Now what I went through, 7 good visits. She was processing the thing online to their bank, to their headquarters in Lagos. Nothing happened. At the end of the day, I have to abandon that 17,000 up to today. Where did I take the POS money? I was inside the bank with the court.
Is there any
so we really need to. It's when we talk about the banks, that one is even more terrible than what we say our government. Some of the government policies that are not pleasing to Nigerians. So government needs to look at them so that they can help government.
This disruption, it has led to increased costs. Because banks are incurring additional expenses to upgrade their systems. But the point is not just that they are incurring it, but you see, all these additional expenses they are incurring will be transferred to the customers.
Yes.
So we are the ones that will pay.
We pay during the brunt.
That is happening. Again, there is reduced economic activity in most of these cases that you see, because these disruptions can hinder economic activity, particularly for businesses that rely heavily on banking services. I want to give you 2 instances of what happened. 2. The first one was a man that people were working for, and he needed to get money to pay the workers, and he normally would pay them on a daily basis. So that evening he went to collect money to pay them as usual. By the time he got to the bank, the amount of money that was given to him was so small that he didn't know where to go with.
As if they are giving you assistance.
Exactly. And these people
on my money.
By the time he struggled and managed to get a little more, he went back to give to them and plead with them to. Do you know that these people pounced on the man and started beating him?
It looks fraudulent.
They will look as if we didn't want to pay.
My sweat. They will tell you my sweat.
Pay us for all that we have done since morning till now. You're telling us this talk about sorry. Is this what you want me to tell my family? You know, it was people that came to rescue this man from the hands of these people. That's number one. Then the second one was someone that needed money for another person in the hospital.
Yeah.
I had the call he was making. Please go on. I am coming. I'm in the bank already. I'm coming. Let me just withdraw this money. Since you don't want transfer, let me just withdraw this money. I am coming now. Go on with the treatment. Do you know that this man pleaded and pleaded and pleaded? What he got was very, very minute to be compared with what he went there for. And of course, the people in the hospital refused to do anything.
Of course.
They will not do anything until we
that's initial deposit.
Now, I don't know whether the fellow eventually died or they eventually agreed with him, because for that day, there was no way he would get that money.
Yeah.
The man was almost behaving like a mad person by the time he was coming out of the bank. You see, these are just two. There are many others who have gone through one experience or the other with the banks. But look at what we have seen. In this modern world, we need to think. And I had to go a little deep to ask, why wouldn't they accept transfers? They said that they have received many transfers that at the end of the day, that money will not
It becomes a case. Okay, let me put you through on that too. Because we are the one on the business world on a daily basis.
Okay.
Number one factor of transfer now is that if you buy market from me, possibly 10,000, and you're doing transfer of that 10,000, I'm losing.
You are losing.
My value, the value of my product has gone down already because I cannot get that 10,000 cash
back from the bank.
If I go to bank or POS that is even the freest one, you can easily access your money. They will charge you 1,000 naira to get that 10,000 as we speak now.
No.
I'm coming.
No, as you speak now, it's no longer 1,000. As you speak now, it is 3,000 to get 10,000.
So now that's number one. Then number two.
There's 300 to get.
I was wondering.
It is 300 we charge you today.
Yes, it's okay. Maybe your own. The POS is very fair. It's 500 now to 1,000. Yes. Yesterday, a friend sent me 100,000. Some boys are working for him at the farm. So now, as he transferred that 100,000 to me, because I can easily reach the workers.
Yes.
So I went, of course, you dare not go to bank, because the other day I went to bank, they said the highest they pay is 20,000.
Yes.
If you are in their good book. If you are in their good book, your own money. So now you dare not talk about bank again here. So now I went to POS yesterday. For 100,000 to come outside, they charged me 4,000. And the man was even looking at me and say, "Oh, guy, you know, say you are a pastor, we know you, so even on a 5,000 now." So it's 1,000 to 10,000, 1,000, 100,000 is 5,000. I'm talking about yesterday. So now it's somebody's money. Calling this guy is not even in the country. If you call him on WhatsApp, say this is what happened, he will just believe as maybe he wanted extra money, because he doesn't know, he doesn't have the fact. Now, is it the workers he asked me to go and give that money that you tell story, say that they reduced 4,000. So this is the business situation. Then on other scale, the other spectrum is that this transfer you have made, you can show me done, approved, but in my own phone it has not gone, my account has not improved. That case kept me UBA bank just last month. I have to go there every day. The person kept telling me I cannot double pay you. They debited me, and you can see she showed me from her phone it is gone. But bank said there is no such reception. That one, I think I even thank God for UBA, because Access Bank cut my 20,000 on 3 occasions. They cut it. Somebody send me money, the person say approve. I go to my bank, it's not there. After you come back the next day, they tell you, say, if you do your times and minus. That was what the man said. If you do your times and minus, you will see, say, that money you have spent it. On 3 good occasions, 20,000 3 times.
You will see that you have spent the money.
How? I have 5,000 in my account. Somebody sent 20,000. The person's debit alert has come. My own has not come. I went to my account. It is still my 5,000 that is there, and the bank is telling me that if I do my times and minus. So I didn't go to school. That's the meaning.
I think
the transfer lacuna has become something else.
Yeah, I think the banks need to improve considerably on their infrastructure. You know, some of these banks, most of them have their headquarters in Lagos, and they have a central unit on which they operate all branches in Nigeria.
Okay.
They log in every morning. And you are bringing the whole Nigerian customers of your bank on one single system.
One wallet.
And that thing, you are not making it strong. And you are bringing in customers every day, going to recruit new customers.
Yes. On your street, on the market.
And the system is there. You are not improving it. So they really need to do a lot of improvements, yes, on their infrastructure, so that Nigeria can have it free. If there's too much load on your internet system, the thing will not go. It will just be rolling, and it gives a lot of reduction in productivity. It leads to reduction in economic activity, like you were saying. Like I also have this particular experience. Somebody left Abuja to Lagos to do something for me, and I said, when you get there, let me know how much it's going to be. I'll transfer the money to you. The boy was in that factory. He traveled during the night. He got there around 9 in Lagos. He was there till around 5 because we couldn't transfer. By the time he was calling me around 10, 12,
that's a whole day wasted.
Yes, a whole day for him. He would have gone from there to go and start his work, but he couldn't do anything that day. He got to the place he was going to sleep around 9. When he got to Lagos around 9 in the morning, he got there around 9 in the evening. The whole day wasted. I was worried. If you just go onto the apps, you are trying to transfer, it will just be rolling. To just be rolling. And it won't go. So it leads to reduction in economic activities. It leads to losses in product. We lose a lot of things. Production-wise, productivity is reduced. And the harrowing psychological experience that you want to send somebody to, like somebody in the hospital who is about dying. And the people will think, if you go and operate the man now, or you attend to them, or you may not get your money. Many has happened to, so you will even blame them. I think they are sensitive. They are very sensitive people in our hospitals, but because they have lost through such things, and at times the man will transfer. The bank will not, the man they are transferring will not get it. The thing will just hang for days, and you go there, you go and line up, you go and join queues. They don't even look at your age in the banks. In those days, they will say, please, exactly. But these days, nobody looks at you. Nobody. So me, I detest going to any of our banking hall. I don't know all the banks.
It's true.
Without exception. If this one do today now, you think the other one is the second day. Wait until you get your problem with that one. So they really need to think of how to reduce Nigeria. We are having a lot of stress from our banking system, especially ordinary people. From
your opening speech, I was actually thinking you are going to be defending them. From your opening speech, you say it was a digital transition.
Yeah, no, but
that's you know what you said is the thing that should be.
Should be, yeah.
What we're saying is not what should be.
No, they are just looking for profit. They are not interested in customer.
That is what we are
because they are that section they call it customer care.
Yes.
Do you have care for? They don't. They don't have care for anybody. They don't care about how you feel.
Just like say police your friend. Phone is free. They get there and then
nobody cares about.
Nobody will tell you.
Yes, nobody. So we need to advance our banks to help government lessen the burden of Nigerians.
See, the Central Bank of Nigeria plays a crucial role in regulating the banking sector and ensuring that banks operate efficiently and securely, right? But the CBN policies such as this cash release,
the CRR
ratio,
yes.
It can impact the banking sector's ability to lend and support economic growth. But what we're saying, this CRR, is it working?
Maybe let's allow our mathematicians because they have the calculations.
You see, the CRR, you see any government policy, you know, my position is always that, you see, once corruption enters into anything, that will not
defeat the purpose.
Yes. You find that some of the people in our regulatory bodies, maybe the CBN or whatever you call the regulatory bodies, some of them are the owners of the banks. Some of them have shares in the banks.
Yes.
So they cannot really be very objective in regulating them.
CBN and NDIC.
Exactly. So most of them are shareholders in some of these banks, and because of that, they want to rip off Nigerians to get the best out of their business. So this regulatory thing, we really have to be careful. We have to be careful. They should not allow those who occupy public office to start having interest in private businesses. Yes. So when they violate the rules, they are not reprimanded. They are not punished. Because there's a compromise somewhere.
I've not seen anyone that was sent to prison for anything.
Yes, internal fraud.
And they just hold your money. You cannot do anything. So the 17,000 I said I lost through this appeal, this unseen withdrawal. I said the lady said the 7 times I went to that bank, I said, Daddy, they have not reversed your money. I said they have not. The thing that really paid me most during that thing was that I was not at any POS ATM. I asked them. I said, which POS? Which after they used to write the location.
Supposed to have POS company name and
location in this one. So I believe it was that bank that chopped my money.
It's internal
and it's God that will take the money back from me, whoever is behind it. Yeah, because it's painful. Painful. At least even as difficult as things are, 17,000 will still buy me a meal for money afternoon and night.
Conveniently. Conventional restaurant in town.
So government should look
5,000 per plate
directly into the activities of our banks. They are causing Nigerians pains. The pains are just too much.
Becoming excruciating. CRR is supposed to impact on the grassroots business.
Yes.
But this thing is just like I told you about. This I heard about government particular bank for loan on grassroots, especially agriculture. So I did investigation. They showed me,
nice or something like that.
I think I've forgotten that their name because of the pains.
I see.
So I went to their headquarters. They now gave you some names of other companies that you submit to. You pay them, they will train you and certify you, and then return you back to them, and then the people who have passed through all that procedures have been qualified and now they use their own certification to award that same loan to the internal organizers of that bank.
You see, and those people that have been paid, to be trained, the money you don't have, you borrowed to pay.
You borrowed to pay.
And what they are training, I don't know. After all that, they will not give you the money. But they will take the fact that you have been trained.
That's your documents.
Take it to the bank, and they will give them the money. They will use it
within themselves.
And keep telling you stories.
Besides, for instance, I have been in farming for years. I don't see anybody out there that is qualified enough to train me on my class of agriculture.
Exactly.
So if I'm coming for loan, it's money that I'm going to pay back.
Yes.
And I bank with you. So the whole thing is already affecting so if you say CRL, now at the end of the day, the policy is wonderful, is laudable, but the implementation is in the spirit.
It's corruption.
Or only in the news.
It doesn't
corruption.
Happen. Well, we're about to conclude for today, but before we go, I want to say congratulations to Nigeria. You know why I'm saying congratulations to Nigeria?
Why?
That after all this talk, after all these many years,
you know Port Harcourt?
Let's
go to Port Harcourt.
Oh, good. That's good.
We eventually received the news that the Port Harcourt refinery has come on.
I started work.
I started work.
I don't know. Who was yes, go ahead.
This is a very good one, and I congratulate Nigerians. I congratulate this government. Let us put it at their doorstep. At least for once, we are hearing good news. When I heard it on TV yesterday that they started loading 200 trucks at Port Harcourt, I was so happy that, thank God, my ears have started hearing in my lifetime good news about Nigeria, about our oil industry. Because it's been so disheartening, it's been so worrisome that with our refineries, with everything, we are still suffering. And we are paying dearly for it. So we thank God, we thank those who are in charge of that, because I was still criticizing them last week that what is their problem? If Dangote as a big man can do this, why is it that
because it was
as if it was a deliberate way of killing those places? But I'm happy that this one has happened, and we give kudos to those who are behind it, and we hope they will sustain it. We also give kudos to the government of the day, because it's happening during their own time. Me, I'm an objective person. It's not as if criticism. If you're analyzing, say it when it's good. If it's not good, let us say it. This one, I give kudos to the government. I give kudos to those behind those revamping of that resuscitation of the Port Harcourt refineries, and they should continue in that manner. So let us be getting good news every day. Whatever the worry should come up, the Kaduna too should also come up, so that we can reduce the cost of bringing in. We will not even have the cost to import this thing with Dangote in the system. Yes. Thank you very much. We thank everybody.
I just pray. Before I say what I pray.
Yes, and what I wanted to ask, I said, I hope the competition will come up, so that the prices of oil will be forced down.
Yes.
I bought fuel yesterday, but I was not. Nowadays as you are going to the filling station, they say, "Okay, look at your meter." I said, "I don't care. Just this is my money. Put fuel for me." So I didn't observe say whether there is $1 deduction or $2 deduction. You know, I don't want the agony too much.
Yes.
Because if you see meter reading 1,300 for a liter, then the black marketers are now selling 1,800. I don't know. So maybe your car just stopped by the roadside.
Yes.
You know what you are going to pass through in the hand of these black marketers.
Yes.
So I felt if this Port Harcourt refinery has started working, we want to look out and see how it interplays on our daily consumption and the tariff on our oil sector.
Definitely.
Yes, and when we see as it is coming, you know, there are other things that we need to consider. The quality of the fuel that will come out from that place. You know, there is need to check the quality to ensure. Remember that some time ago, the NNPC almost accused
Dangote of low quality production.
And Dangote now tried to say many things that exposed the NNPC seriously. You know, talking about
invited them to investigate it.
They're just trying to demarket him, man.
Yes, they tried to demarket him, but it didn't work. So we need to also look at that one coming out from NNPC Limited to ensure that it is also of good quality. Yes, to ensure that it's not
and let it not be from bad belly to limit Dangote's explosion.
So these need to be done. We need to check that to ensure that it's working, and nobody should prevent anybody that wants to check the quality. What is more, even if they refuse to let you enter there to check, you can always go to the station where they have
and buy
it and buy,
go for tests
and look at it. But all the same, I know that it's for good that it has happened. If this comes on and that of Dangote comes on, definitely there will be a kind of competition that will lead to a reduction of price, as both of you have just said, and that way the consumer becomes
will start smiling
better for it. You know? So we are happy that it's happening. And even as we're happy that it's happening, and we're praying that it will continue, just as you said.
Yes.
The question now is there any hope for Warri? Is there any hope for Kaduna? Is there any hope for that second one?
For Delta,
because then there's Warri and there's...
Well, 4 years.
Yes.
I'll talk of new one.
Yes. When we finish with this, then before we start, if they can come on stream, good. It will help bring down the cost of fuel, because this time, there will not be any need for importation. And even as it is not needful, that is the importation, the price must be brought down, because you can't keep selling it this high when you're producing everything here in the country. That is another thing. So we are looking forward to seeing where the prices will be brought down and brought down to a manageable level. Then again, there is this other matter that I want to bring in and join it with this one, the CNG thing. You see, some people have started speaking against CNG, started saying that it leads to explosion and all those things. But it is not true. You know why I said it's not true?
Okay.
Most of these lorries, like Dangote lorries and these other ones, if you look between the driver and the container, you see
a gap.
Cylinders. Those cylinders are CNG that are in them. And none of it has ever exploded anywhere. They are all working well. So that means that if you bring it, even the smaller size of these cylinders that will be in the boot of the vehicles, and it will be covered. It's not even left open. It is covered. No harm. It will not cause any harm. So anybody saying that the temperature of this area is high and so there will be combustibility and explosion in vehicles is not true. It's not from the CNG. It is not. CNG is not the LNG. LNG, liquefied natural gas, is different from CNG. So people should understand that.
The difference.
Yes, that one that we use in cooking at home is one you can't carry anyhow, because the what do you call it?
The temperature is higher.
Yes. But for that CNG, it's okay. The only problem I know that CNG has, which Nigeria needs to consider seriously, is that when we start, let's write the date we start, because CNG, it has a large part.
15 years.
15 years. So let's make sure that you take care of when it started, so that after 15 years you remove all that and put fresh ones. Because if not, after 15 years, anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know, I know some countries that are eliminating CNG entirely because they feel the other one is better for them. They are being very careful to ensure that those vehicles that have used CNG for 15 years are kept aside.
Yeah.
You know, so let our own, because I don't know how careful our people have been all the while. I pray that we'll be careful with that, so that when the problem will start coming in the 16th year, let's remember today what we have just said. So there is need for government to be calculating this and checking, so as to retire all those that have started using theirs now in 15 years time, so that we will not have problem with it.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that is it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want to say something?
Yeah, you see, like you said, the CNG thing is very safe if it's used and the operations is done according to procedures and safety. You know, but the Nigerian problem, you know, our people will like cutting corners, corruption. By the time you see, the Dangote is using, some of their vehicles are using it now. When by the time you start mass producing, that's when you see somebody will go and do fake somewhere and come and sell to the people. That's the way people start talking about the safety. It's not as if the system itself is bad. It's good. It has been tested in many countries. But Nigerians, once you enter this place, that's where somebody will go to China and ask them to go and produce one cylinder for him, just at a very cheap way, so that we can come and sell. And it doesn't care whether the thing explodes and kill people. So it is the Nigerian factor that we should continue to talk about. Our advocacy about sincerity and doing things according to procedure and standard is what we should continue to talk about. Because if not, when they start bringing in fake cylinders, this thing you are saying, it will happen.
Yes.
By the time they start mass producing and everybody is using it. So we have to be careful and to also continue to advocate that our people should learn to do things. This, whatever we acquire in this world, is all vanity. One day we'll leave and go. Let's just do things right. The way to do it in all this country where things are working well, so that we'll be able to have a peaceful and a happy and harmonious country to live in.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. If you look at it again, we have just brought it towards another side. So the government must create a body that will supervise this. I'm not talking about Standards Organization of Nigeria. No. Because if left with me, I don't know what Standards Organization of Nigeria is doing. No. There are so many products that don't have
fake products, yes,
that are substandard that we see everywhere.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe Standards Organization of Nigeria, you need to come here to explain to us what you're doing, because people keep saying the good that the Standards Organization. I remember that as a kid, we used to carry little containers, you know, 5 liter, 4 liter gallons, and maybe fetch water or fetch something else or kerosene, and we're going home with it. It will fall. Yes. You pick it and continue.
Yes.
Even when you are carrying water with it on your head, it will fall from your head to the ground. You will pick the thing and go. Yeah. But today, as you're holding it in your hand, carrying it from your hand, collapsing, and if it falls, it is broken. Yes. What then are you telling me that the standard organization is doing? What standard are you talking about? We talk about pencils these days, that a child in primary school gets a pencil and you want to sharpen the pencil. You sharpen it and give to the child, and the child goes to write, it will break. Yes, just sharpen again. You see that one pencil that is this long, you can't use it for
it's a defeat of purpose.
Yes, can't use it for more than 2 weeks. It's not right now.
What of matches? You light it, as soon as the light it goes off. Yes, you light 5. Yes, and they say so that you can keep buying.
Yes, they say you do that so that you standard want to light. Normally, before you just light strike one. Yes, it will be there for you to finish whatever you want and throw it away. To put it off. But now you don't need to.
All these are toothpaste now, half gallon.
I experienced that recently.
They put gas, they take swell up. As soon as you touch it, the last one I got was very amazing. I
have that experience. The one I'm using now, just what you are saying, less than a quarter. Chai.
Standard organization. Toothpaste
filled with empty air.
Yes. That reminds me of some of these things I see on the road that people are carrying. When if you're on the expressway, all those places that are constructing the road, you see bloated bags. You know, they will be like this large. You think there is something inside it. You want to buy. What's that thing they call it?
That thing is this thing that you normally buy for children.
Yes.
I forgot.
Balloon. No, not balloon.
It's not balloon.
The container.
They eat it. Cheese balls. Yes.
You want to buy?
It's here. This traffic.
You see that.
After the put maybe you put it inside the blow it to use like this.
Just open it to pick what you have bought for 1,000. You will see just only 4, 5, 6, 7. So what are we doing? And you are telling me that somebody is checking these things and it's working. I don't know how.
Unless the Nigerian system sorting.
You see?
You go there and see them and then tell them everything is well.
You know, and
then you pump it to the market.
Corruption is
the one I also saw on that same road. He is selling air freshener, and this time there is liquid that is poured inside it. I saw the young man, one of the people selling it. He went by the side, got water, poured inside it, mixed it with that original one, and filled it up, kept the other one by the side, and brought it out to sell it the same price they are selling it. So when you perceive the
initial fragrance,
that's all for a while, and the rest,
once you buy it, it's
water that he has filled up. So there are so many things that are not okay that we're seeing in our country, and why are we talking about them? They all involve money. And this is the economy today. It is the thing that has to do with your money, the thing that has to do with my money, our money, that we're talking about. Let's check these things and ensure that things can happen the way they used to happen. As they keep telling me about the good old days, I can't remember, I can't see any of those things coming back. The only thing that has come back is the national anthem. I don't know why it should even be my problem. The national anthem is not my problem. Get other things to come back the way the old things used to be. Chocolates, you don't find them the way they ought to be. You don't even find anything.
Most of them are adulterated.
That we're talking about. And even toothpick, though most of the times they are imported. Even the ones that you find here, use it, put it to use it. It's gone. Before I know that some people will use their own for 15 times. But now you can't try it because of I know that there is hope for this country.
Yes, we are praying.
I believe that
we are praying for our dear nation.
But whoever that is in authority anywhere, make sure you are doing your job the way it ought to be.
And the people too. We need a serious reorientation. The people need both the leaders and the people, because the leadership evolves from the people. So it's what you are doing as an ordinary person that you carry to that office. So let's have discipline. Let's regulate things. Control. Yes, and let's self-discipline.
Because the desire to make wealth, even
by hook and crook,
it's much.
Exactly.
It's much.
It's too much. And especially now we're going towards the end of the year, where everybody wants to celebrate Christmas. I don't know.
One chance is the one raining now. One chance
is the place where, when it's time for celebration,
crime increases.
Crime will increase, and the prices of everything will increase. If you go outside the country, if you go abroad, you see that
discounts.
Life is still going on.
It's calm. Everywhere is calm. Prices of things are brought down so that everybody can.
You can celebrate.
But here, this is when it is going.
It's an offense. Here is an offense.
That is how it has been with us today. I want to thank you again, the two of you that were here today, Dr. Obayomi.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Great administrator.
Thank you, sir.
To have you here again.
Yes,
please keep coming.
No problem.
Sharing.
And
Pastor Sampraise, thank you so much for being here.
The pleasure is mine.
A man that has the interests of the nation at heart. We thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Very good. I am Okechukwu Onubogu. May the best happen to us all.
Amen.
That is our prayer. See you some other time.